Peace for Ukraine or Ukraine now. Russia just go home.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Chương trình của chúng tôi cung ứng nhiều ngôn ngữ. Xin xem suprememastertv.com/schedule.
The only time you're really truly happy is when you're in the service of other people or the universe.
Louie Psihoyos, Vegan, Inspiring Social Change Through Film, Part 2 of 2. Continue watching to find out more.
Being vegan is the Jewish ideal. We do not need to wait for the Messiah to come. We can each do our part. We can correspondingly better ready the world for the Messiah. The Honorable Ravi Avi, PhD, Vegan.
Animals, we unite! We stand up for animal rights! For animals, we unite! We stand up for animal rights! All different, all equal! Animals too are people!
When you visit the Tlingit First Nation, you can greet people with Wasa'iyati. It means "How are you?" in the traditional language of Tlingit. I'm Etho. The inhabitants of the Tlingit territories wish you joy, and for heaven's love and grace to surround you every day. Welcome to today's show. Louie Psihoyos, Vegan, Inspiring Social Change Through Film, Part 2 of 2. Last week, Louie Psihoyos shared with us his pivotal point to change his diet, and he further continues with his story of transitioning to a vegan diet.
So about 10 years ago, I decided to cut out all milk, all dairy, all that, animal-based nonsense. And the idea that you're drinking milk from a cow, milk from a cow is made for baby cows, right? And there's so many reasons not to do it. I'm lactose intolerant, and I didn't know it. I just thought that was like digestive problems was just part of my makeup, right? And then you take milk and yogurt out of the equation, my stomach settled down. And, I think it's like 90% of all Asians are lactose intolerant. It's like something like 76% of Black people are lactose intolerant. And they basically insist in the schools that they feed this to our children. It's kind of talk about, culinary imperialism, to have, to not force, but to even offer that to kids is sinful. And then it also has, casomorphine. It's a morphine-like substance that keeps the baby coming back to the mother. It's about 10 times more potent in cow's milk than in human mother's milk. So when people say, "Oh, I couldn't give up," I couldn't be a vegan because of the cheese, it's because they're addicted. There's an addictive quality of cheese and milk. But like a lot of addictions, it's good to get over them.
There are 211 countries and regions which have animal people protection laws. St. Martin is one of them.
St. Martin Penal Code.
In St. Martin, a constituent country of the Kingdom of the Netherlands in the Caribbean, cruelty to animal people is unacceptable and punishable by law. Obey the law of your country. No more animal people slaughterhouses. No more hurting. No more murdering them to eat, to lab test, or for any reason at all. Be vegan. Make peace. So be it.
Louie Psihoyos is certain that a plant-based diet is the right way, as he was aware of the way animal people were treated when he saw it firsthand.
I've been to the CAFOs, these concentrated animal feeding operations where they have thousands or sometimes tens of thousands of animals in one room. Pigs, it's like if anybody saw that the way that they treat pigs, I mean, there's laws. We have these laws in America called ag-gag laws where, you can get arrested if you're trying to expose these industries. And they don't want you to know what goes on there, because if you did, it's a crime. If we had cats and dogs raised that way, you'd be put in jail. But we do it with pigs, cows, and chickens and turkeys and, all the time. And, and not being party to that makes me feel good. In fact, we're doing a film right now, a series that we're taking a pretty uncensored look at all of that. But because of that, I've been to the CAFOs, and it just reminds me, it energizes me to know that, my life is centered around trying to create less suffering.
Vegan side effect: difficulty in hiding bright aura.
Noble viewers, let us take a moment to thank the visionary town planners who allocate large percentages of green areas and walking tracks that make an escape into nature accessible to all citizens in their local area. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television.
We pray for Ukraine, or Urain.
Welcome back to our show, Louie Psihoyos, Vegan, Inspiring Social Change Through Film, Part 2 of 2. Louie Psihoyos and his team at Oceanic Preservation Society, or OPS, are a group of highly professional people with a common goal of environmental preservation of our planet now and for future generations. The mission statement on their website states,
OPS uses film, photography, and social media, one exposure at a time, to inspire, empower, and connect a global community of activists fighting to protect our fragile planet.
Through their films, Louie Psihoyos and a vast team of dedicated individuals capture the heart and soul of our precious planet and how we can preserve and prosper together, because we all have the power to make a difference.
We did that film with the Dalai Lama and Desmond Tutu. These are two of the best-known spiritual leaders of our generation, and they talk about compassion and what brings true happiness. And the only way, and you think about this, the only time that you're really happy, like happiness is having a big house or a lot of money or a big car or a boat or all that. It's like transitory. These are not things that give you true happiness. The only time you're really truly happy is when you're in the service of other people or the universe. And I think because of what we do at OPS, all our work is about scaling social change. So it makes me feel inspired and motivated, and it feels good because I didn't put a thought to it before, but the Dalai Lama calls it wise selfish. When you can be fully selfish is when you're doing something only for yourself. But you can do something that makes you feel good by helping other people.
It is such an urgent moment that we're in. I mean, I can't even stress it enough. And we really need to change our entire system so that the people most impacted by the climate crisis get what they need to fight it. So please join me in demanding action from global leaders, not in the future, but right now!
The most important thing you can do is changing what's on your plate and what you're eating, and trying to end animal agriculture and eating a more plant-based diet is really, really important. I mean, you have no idea how absolutely horrendous it is for the environment, for the world, for animals.
If you can't find the empathy for the animals, just for the cruelty and the pain and suffering that is their lives, do it for your health, do it for the planet, do it for the environment. There's so many different reasons.
The meat and dairy industry's impact on climate change, something that I don't think we're talking about enough. People are not in a panic in the way that they should be. These are very dire times. So I'm just doing my part and trying to amplify the voice of these activists that are out every day doing something, taking action. We are a voice for the animals on just one small part.
We will never take a day's rest, and we will never take a day's break until the animals are liberated from the shackles that our species has imprisoned them within.
Yes, the animals are innocent. Yes, they have done nothing wrong to deserve the horrific abuse and torture humans inflict on them every second of every day. But we as activists are their defenders, and we must stand together worldwide from across countries to support each other.
They have no voice, and that's why we have to speak up for them.
Animals want to live. They have families, friends, and feelings just like us.
When we are fighting for animals, we are also fighting for humans, because we are all connected.
People are ready for change. We want change. We demand change. And we are the change.
Famous, non-famous, old, young, even children go all out bravely for animal people peace and protection. What would you do, powerful leaders, lawmakers of the world nations? Are you hypocritical?
It's inconsistent to care about the animals that are close to you, but support the slaughter and torture of other animals.
You are failing us. The eyes of all future generations are upon you. The world is waking up, and change is coming whether you like it or not.
Or great protectors. Be vegan. Make peace to prove it.
We have heads of state and senators and cultural leaders who are vegan, because ultimately we all know that's the right choice to make for the animals, for ourselves, for the planet.
We can change the world, and we must change the world. The animals need us.
We can never have peace until the animals have peace.
We have every reason to go vegan, but we have no reason not to.
What do we want? When do we want it? Their lives, their bodies, their flesh, their skin, their babies, their milk, their eggs. Go vegan!
The Oceanic Preservation Society's films are created to induce beneficial change to the planet with passionate imagery, portraying an undeniable truth.
Mark Twain, the American writer, said, the difference between the almost right word and the right word is the difference between the lightning bug and the lightning. And so pictures have power too. There's a difference between the almost right picture and the right picture. So when you get the right picture, the right words, the right story, I think you create a lightning storm in the viewer's mind, so that it's like a supercharge. It's like a bolt of lightning that goes in your head, down your spine. You transfer that to another person. You're talking before about what have you learned the most? What have you learned the most is that if I feel something, that is like this lightning, that it can be transferred to other people through film and words and music. And that's a very, very, very potent recipe for changing a person's mind. And that's what we're about. It's not about award-winning films. It's about how do you change the mind that's in that seat or on that couch at home, or when you have this gift to be able to get somebody alone with their device, whether it's an iPhone or a computer or a movie theater, to have them, to be honored with the time to share, your thoughts, to the right words, the right pictures, the right music, the right story coming together to transform somebody. So people come out of our films and they say, wow, that film changed my life. Well, thank you, but it was designed that way. We design our films so that they are intentionally creating a little bit of havoc in your head, that they're creating, hopefully a little bit of uncomfortableness, but also a little bit of surprise. You're not just changing what somebody thinks, you're changing the way they process information, and then they therefore behave. And that's the most powerful thing to do, is to change behavior with anything that you can do. It might be possibly a podcast, might be a book, but to me, it all comes together with a film. You take all the visual arts, and you can condense those into a great story. That's a really powerful, powerful tool.
There are 211 countries and regions which have animal people protection laws. Obey the law of your country. No more animal people slaughterhouses. No more hurting. No more murdering them to eat, to lab tests, or for any reason at all. Be vegan. Make peace. So be it.
We conclude our show with these wise words from Louie Psihoyos about the need to stop eating animal people and go vegan.
I love my life. I want to live healthy. And the best way to do it is to eat primarily plants. And you can get protein, you can get all the nutrition. In fact, you get all the nutrition that the animals get from plants. It's just that you're cutting out the middleman. And hormones. They get a pig goes from like 5 kilos to 270 pounds. It goes from like a little baby to like a linebacker, like a football player in 6 months. 270 pounds. And that's because of the hormones they put in. So that's going into your bacon, your child, if you're feeding it any kind of bacon product. And yeah, it's going to affect everything, their microbiome, their intelligence, it's all the way through the line of it. It's changing your genetic expression when you're putting all those hormones into your body.
Our heartfelt appreciation, Louie Psihoyos and the Oceanic Preservation Society, or OPS team, for your tireless dedication to creating films that inspire mass social change that shifts people away from the destructive habit of consuming animal people. May your heroic work continue unabated with the blessing of the divine. For more information on Oceanic Preservation Society, or OPS, please visit opsociety.org.
Vegan alternative? None.
Thoughtful viewers, we appreciate your presence with praise and gratitude. May our daily actions express only positive change and compassion for all beings on our precious planet.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, hell not reach.
Russia, leave Ukraine or you reign now. Peace be with you too.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.